I'm Adrian, the cruise and travel guy, and today I am super excited to introduce you to Cynthia Williams. For those of you that don't know, I partnered with Cynthia about a year and a half ago now to better serve you with your bookings and inquiries, and also to allow me to focus on content creation. Cynthia is a wealth of knowledge and a terrific agent, and I hope you enjoy getting to know her. So Cynthia, welcome and thank you so much for joining me today. And I'm so glad that you've taken the time so that we can do this little interview and let people learn more about you and also our partnership and connection.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
We're going to start with a few hot seat questions. So what was your first cruise?
First cruise was Sea Princess, 3-nighter in 2018, just from Brisbane to sea and back to see if we enjoyed cruising.
And are you sure it wasn't Sun Princess?
No, it was definitely Sea Princess.
That's an inside joke. So that was just a short cruise to sea and back. And what did you think? Did that give you a good impression of cruising? And obviously that made you like cruising, but was it a good enough impression, did you think?
Yeah, well, I'm not having cruised before. After 3 days, my husband and I decided we were sad to be getting off, that we really enjoyed it. And within about a couple of weeks of being home, we booked a family cruise to take our boys on another cruise. So it obviously had a good impression.
That's excellent to hear. When you're planning a holiday in general, you have to take into account that you have kids to cater for and care for.
Yep.
What do you think cruising does for you as a family that makes things maybe more easy or fun?
It's far easier to arrive at the overseas passenger terminal and you're on the cruise ship within 15, 20 minutes, as opposed to sitting around airports with children for hours upon end. Cruising offers a lot of different activities and that for kids, so it's a case of choosing the right cruise line, age appropriate for kids as well. Mine are sort of hitting that more teenage age bracket now, so they're not so interested in some of the splash parks and things like that the cruise ships have got on, and my boys really enjoy Princess. Depending on the age of your kids, there's ships out there for everyone.
Yeah, awesome. And you got back from a cruise very recently. Tell us about that.
Yes, we did the 9-night Carnival Splendor to Namia, Lafou, Mystery Island and back to Namia. We all had a wonderful time. I hadn't done Carnival before, so I try and experience all different cruise lines so that I can assist all our clients out there. Found some really interesting, helpful information that I can share with clients, so that's fantastic. And it was good to visit the islands. Our boys really enjoyed it, especially Mystery Island was probably a family favourite for everyone. We went and did a cultural village on Adataki Island and swam and snorkeled, and yeah, that was a family favourite for us.
Brilliant. And what does your sort of ideal day on a cruise ship look like for Cynthia? What's your ideal day?
My ideal day depends if I'm cruising with kids or not. A sleep in, a late breakfast, go and do some trivia, lounge by the pool with some lunch and a cocktail, do some more activities of an afternoon and have dinner and go to a show of a night time.
Sounds like a pretty good day on a cruise to me. That's pretty much perfect. And if the kids are there, I assume you're going to try and push them into a kids club.
I've got one that loves kids club and he disappears all the time to kids club, and then the other one's happy doing his own thing. Sometimes he'll hang with us, comes to the shows and enjoys those and the game shows as well. So yeah, my two are very different and like different things, and they find enough to keep themselves occupied, that's for sure.
I think that is what makes cruising so awesome and fun, is that everyone can find their own space, their own place, and the things that they want to do, even your kids. So that is brilliant. You're the person that takes on our booking management and you work with our clients that come through various channels. And I want to know, what does a typical day behind the scenes look like for Cynthia when you're working day to day?
I'm usually down in the study by 9 o'clock. here I stay most of the day, attending to everyone's emails and requests and booking cruises and flights and things for people. I enjoy speaking to clients. So if you ever want to ring me, don't hesitate to pick up the phone and give me a call. It doesn't all have to be over email.
Yes, she doesn't bite. She's very nice. And how long have you been in the travel industry for, and why did you get inspired to join it?
I started traveling in 1995. After I finished my HSC, I went to Austria, where I have family, for 7 weeks. And I guess that's where the travel bug started. And after that, every year I would travel at least once, sometimes twice a year. But my background is in hotels and revenue management. So I worked for 12 and a half years in 4- and 5-star hotels in Sydney, in reservations, hotel reservations and group reservations. And when I left to have children, I was yield manager for Ridges Hotels, looking after 7 properties. And I was a stay-at-home mum for 5 years. And I was booking holidays for family. And it's like, well, how can I further this? And someone said to me, well, you've got all the background experience and knowledge. So I did my Cert 3 in travel, of which I had recognition of prior learning for a lot of it because of my personal travel experience plus my industry experience in hotels. And then that's when I joined Your Travel and Cruise in 2018. And that's how I got to where I am today.
Brilliant. I think that's such a great way to kind of leverage your passion for travel and then turn it into a business for yourself, and express that passion by helping others in that way. Tell me a little bit about how you find the right trip or cruise for the client that you're dealing with. Is there a sort of process that you go through to make sure that you're providing the client with the right options and making sure that they'll end up having a great time on their holiday?
Yeah, so I guess when the initial inquiry comes through, I know a lot of you fill out the online form via the website. I'll always come back to you with questions and probing questions. The more questions that I ask and the more information you can give, the easier it is for me to tailor and make suggestions on what might be the appropriate cruise line for you and your traveling partners.
What do you think are the advantages of using a travel agent in this day and age where everyone can technically self-service their own bookings and go through online websites and online travel agents? What's different about talking to you and getting you to organize that for them?
I guess one thing with booking in the online world is a lot of people don't read the fine print and all the terms and conditions, and some people can come unstuck during that process. We've got a wealth of knowledge and experience and know when visas are required for certain places and how much validity you need to have on your passport. And some people may not be aware of all that extra information and can come unstuck in their own planning. So by, speaking to us, we've got all that extra information that we can supply. We're a one-stop shop. If people require travel insurance, flights, hotels, pre and post cruise, we can package it all together for them.
Yeah, I think one thing that I find really interesting is that when I spend time on Facebook or social media, I'll often read comments from people in various groups where they might be saying things like they really didn't enjoy a particular cruise or a particular holiday. And when I read their comments and why they didn't enjoy that particular cruise or holiday, it becomes really clear that they booked it themselves, because had they booked it with a travel agent, and had it been someone like you that asks probing questions to better understand what they're hoping to get out of the holiday, I know that they would have had a better time because they would have been on a cruise or doing an experience that would actually suit their needs and requirements and what they wanted to do.
Yeah. I've got more obviously the local clients. I do also visit with some clients. So I've got some clients who will be cruising for the first time in October, and they've got a whole list of questions, and they are local to where I am. So I'll be meeting up with them over the next week. And they're doing Carnival Splendor, which is the ship I've just come off. So I'll be able to show them some photos, when I go on, I collect all the daily schedules of what's happening so I can show people as well if they've never cruised before. So I'll be meeting up with these clients over the next week, and I'll be able to go through all their questions. Obviously, I can't meet with all the interstate people, but as I said, my phone is always open if anyone wants to call and have a chat and we can discuss.
And a little bit of a left field question maybe, but I think people would be interested to know, because I am, if money was no object, what would be your perfect idea of a cruise, or where would you go? What destination, ship, anything you can think of?
I guess I've still got 2 bucket list cruises that I want to do. Hubby and I are planning for our 20th wedding anniversary to do a bigger trip in 2025. At this stage, it's between Alaska, would be Princess Cruises, and doing the land component at the end, so with the train and up through Denali and McKinley National Parks. The other contender is the Norwegian fjords up through Norway. So we're potentially looking at Celebrity for that one. And I think my husband's leaning towards Norway, so it might be Norwegian fjords on Celebrity.
That is one part of the world that I haven't been to yet, among many others, but it's definitely on my list as well. And I think doing it with Celebrity would be a very much a bucket list trip and place.
I've done Norway by land, but I haven't done it by sea, so it'll be a different experience.
Has there been a time when a client's faced an unexpected drama or delay while traveling that you've had to step in and help them?
Travel is not always predictable. Airlines get delayed, cruises even get delayed. I've had a couple of times, obviously out of control of the client. Would have been last year. Cruise ship coming into Brisbane was delayed by 2 days because of the rough seas. We had some clients that had flown up from Melbourne and were staying at the hotel at the airport in Brisbane. The hotel was able to extend them for 1 night and couldn't extend their accommodation for the second night. So with 2 hours notice, the client was on the phone saying, "Can you find us somewhere to stay?" I was actually on the side of a hockey field with Sunrise Weather crew who were filming that morning. On the side of the hockey field, I got to work and I secured some accommodation for the clients and sent the clients through a confirmation and rang them to tell them that I had them some accommodation secured. They were very grateful. And luckily the ship got in the next day and they were able to depart successfully on the remainder of their cruise. Not everything always goes to plan, even on land. Last year I had some clients doing a land journey who got stuck in France because the Italian railways went on strike. So I had clients to get from Lyon in France to Milan in Paris. The car rental couldn't extend the car for the extra time. So we looked at flights, which were hugely expensive on 12 hours notice. So I managed to find an intercity bus service and got them from Lyon to Milan just in time. So things happen, but I'm always there to help.
Wow. And I mean, if you ever needed more reason to book with a travel agent, that's kind of it. And I think that's a really big part of what a travel agent provides as a service is more than just the transaction of the booking. It's really about the support that comes with that and the knowledge that you possess and can share. And so there's so much more to it than just here's your invoice and pay for it and enjoy your trip. And I think that's what you've definitely covered in that scenario there. Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing all of that with us. I definitely think that people will value getting to know you a little bit better and being introduced to you. I know that the people that have dealt with you, I have to say, have given you nothing but amazing feedback, and everyone is always so impressed with the way that you handle their inquiries and assist them with their bookings. So from me personally, I want to say thank you, because I don't think I could have partnered with anyone better in this whole endeavor that we're doing. So thank you very much. And I'm really appreciative for everything that you do behind the scenes that most people don't get to see, but really is the crux of what we're building here. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you to you too. The feedback that I receive also on your videos and your YouTube videos and posts, etc. The clients love seeing what you do. And so I think we've got a good partnership here going.
I think we're a great team, so thank you. And if anyone ever wants to ask questions about cruising in general and things like that, I'm always here to answer them, as I hope you know. When it comes to bookings and all of that, Cynthia is your go-to girl. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that everyone really enjoyed watching. I hope you enjoyed our chat. My partnership with Cynthia is a big part of why I can keep doing what I do. And if you would like to support that, you can book your next holiday or cruise via my website, thecruiseandtravelguy.com.au. And if you haven't done so already, you can give me a follow on Facebook and Instagram at The Cruise and Travel Guy. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Can you tell us about an experience? Nope. Terrible. So bad. I'm just not good at. Imagine you were like someone from a cruise line or something, and I was trying to. What did you say? Now you're getting a behind the scenes look at how those cruise news updates go, by the way. Can you tell us about a time when you've had to step in to help with a client when, no, that was not exactly what you just said. You just said something completely different.